Rain-slicked cobblestones reflect a city's neon heartbeat under a brooding night sky. Detective Alara Reynolds, cloaked against the chill, steps into a chaotic crime scene. Flashing police lights paint stark shadows, revealing grim faces in the downpour. The air crackles with tension as Alara surveys the scene, her gaze sharp and unwavering. A sigh escapes her lips, heavy with the weight of unanswered questions. Another dead end. A lavish apartment, now a chaotic crime scene, reveals a wealthy businessman lying lifeless on the floor. Alara, sharp and observant, meticulously examines the scene, her eyes missing no detail in the disarray. Her gaze lingers on the absence of forced entry, a silent whisper hinting at a betrayal from within. Looks like an inside job, Alara declares, her words cutting through the tense atmosphere as Officer Miller looks on. Alara's apartment overflows with case files, a testament to her relentless dedication. Every surface is buried beneath stacks of documents and crumpled notes, a chaotic landscape of unsolved mysteries. Alara pores over the files, her brow deeply furrowed, a storm of frustration brewing within. The weight of the unsolved cases presses down on her, each file a silent accusation. She whispers, her voice tight with determination. There has to be something I'm missing. Her eyes scan the room, searching for a clue in the labyrinth of her own making. Sunlight catches the dusty windows as Alara steps into the antique shop, a haven of forgotten memories. Mr. Silas, a man of 60 with knowing eyes, stands among towering shelves of relics. He gestures grandly towards a velvet-lined table, where old wands lie like sleeping secrets. The aged wands rest silently, each with its own tale, etched in wood and mystery. Curious trinkets from forgotten times, Mr. Silas says, his voice a low, intriguing murmur. Alara walks through the antique shop, the air thick with the scent of aged wood and forgotten stories. Shelves overflow with dusty relics, each holding secrets of bygone eras. Her fingers graze across a wand, unassuming amidst the shop's many treasures. As she lifts it, a faint whisper echoes in her mind. Look to the clock. Alara pauses, a flicker of confusion in her eyes. Did you say something? Silas shakes his head, a silent denial amidst the whispering shadows. At the grim crime scene, Alara nervously approaches an antique grandfather clock, her heart pounding in the silence. She raises the wand, its tip glowing faintly as she holds it near the clock. The wand whispers softly, its voice barely audible. 7 o'clock, hidden compartment. Alara's fingers trace the clock's ornate carvings, searching for the concealed opening. A panel clicks open, revealing incriminating documents hidden within the clock's secret compartment. At the police station, Alara confidently presents the evidence before Captain Hayes, her expression unyielding. Hayes, a veteran with a stern face, examines the evidence, skepticism etched in every line of his weathered face. A flicker of surprise briefly breaks through Hayes's hardened exterior, a momentary crack in his composure. Regaining his stern demeanor, a hint of suspicion clouds Hayes's eyes as he looks up at Alara. Where did you get this information? Hayes asks, his voice a low, probing challenge. In her apartment, Alara's brow is furrowed as she holds the wand, its tip aimed at a book. A faint hum fills the room as she focuses, her concentration deepening. Her eyes widen, a faint whisper reaching her ears, hinting at secrets within the book. A mix of excitement and unease flickers across her face. This is incredible. On a bustling city street, Alara wields her wand with uncanny precision, solving petty crimes with swift, subtle movements. Her reputation as a brilliant detective soars, whispered in awe among the city's inhabitants. Faint, ethereal whispers guide her actions, an unseen force enhancing her already keen senses. Each crime solved adds another layer to the mystery surrounding Alara's growing abilities. Dim light from a laptop illuminates Alara's face, her desk a chaotic landscape of books and papers. Her fingers dance across the keyboard, a relentless pursuit of the wand's secrets in the digital archives. Eyes wide, with sudden realization, Alara is frozen by a revelation within the ancient text. A hushed whisper escapes her lips, a mix of awe and trepidation. This is more than just a trinket. The wand's true nature is revealed, casting a shadow of destiny and danger over Alara. Amidst the chaos of the police station, Captain Hayes, hardened by time, stands resolute, his eyes like steel. He presents a file to Detective Ilara Reynolds, renowned for her sharp intellect and unique approach. The weight of expectation hangs heavy as Captain Hayes warns. This one's high profile, Reynolds. Don't disappoint me. Ilara accepts the file, her expression unreadable, ready to confront the challenge. Ilara advances toward the politician's mansion, its opulence a taunt to her grim resolve. The wand in her hand vibrates, a subtle tremor of contained power. Secrets in the garden. Beneath the rose, the wand whispers, guiding her. Ilara's gaze sweeps over the manicured rose garden, her senses on high alert. She kneels, her fingers delicately brushing away the soil beneath a prize-winning rose. A hidden underground passage is revealed, promising danger and truth. In the underground passage, darkness presses in. Shadows flicker on the damp walls as Alara ventures deeper. Each step echoes in the claustrophobic space, the air heavy with the scent of earth and secrets. A lone figure navigates the subterranean maze, her determination etched against the encroaching gloom. Juan's words echo in the passage. Betrayal, money, conspiracy. The weight of Juan's words hangs in the air, adding a layer of intrigue to Alara's quest. The underground passage is a silent witness to Alara's journey. Her footsteps are the only sound. Amidst scattered documents, Alara sits, her brow furrowed, piecing together a dark puzzle in the dim light. The final piece clicks into place. A grim understanding dawns in her eyes, reflecting in the lamplight. Her determined gaze hardens with resolve as the weight of the truth settles upon her. A chilling realization escapes her lips. They silenced him. Alara stands at Captain Hayes' desk, files clutched tight, her gestures sharp with urgency and unspoken accusations. Hayes leans back, unmoved, his gaze a wall against her words. You have no proof, Reynolds. This is just speculation. A flicker of suspicion darkens Alara's eyes as she watches him, sensing the truth hidden beneath his calm facade. Ilara's silence screams louder than any words, betraying her deepest fears and intuitions about Hayes. In the dim light of her apartment, shadows dance across Alara's face as she grapples with a weighty decision. The wand rests in her hand, cool and silent, a tool of immense power and moral complexity. Doubt etches lines on her brow as she questions her path, her purpose wavering in the gloom. Am I even a detective anymore? Alara whispers, the question hanging heavy in the air. Diesel fumes and decay permeate the air as Alara strides into the warehouse district, the scene cloaked in shadows. Defying orders, she ventures deeper, tracking corrupt officials into the city's forgotten heart. The cold wind whistles, a lonely sound echoing through the corrugated iron. Juan's voice, a stark warning. Trap, danger. Alara's reply is calm, resolute. I realize I am walking into an ambush. Her figure is silhouetted against the dim moonlight, a beacon of defiance against the looming threat. Ominous shadows stretch across the cavernous warehouse, a silent prelude to the impending confrontation. Alara stands defiant, a solitary figure encircled by armed thugs, her resolve unwavering. Captain Hayes steps into the dim light, his cruel smile promising pain. Tension rises. Hayes speaks, his voice dripping with menace. You should have stayed out of this, Reynolds. In the gloom of the warehouse, dust motes dance in the moonlight, revealing Alara surrounded by menacing thugs, clutching her wand. Alara listens intently to its faint, shimmering whispers, a secret only she can perceive. A smirk plays on Alara's lips as she prepares to manipulate the scene, her mind racing with possibilities. Ilara's words, sharp and precise, begin to sow seeds of doubt and paranoia among the easily led thugs. Greed and suspicion ignite as the thugs turn on each other, falling prey to Alara's subtle manipulations. In the dimly lit warehouse, shadows dance across the grimy windows, casting an eerie pall. Alara stands defiant, her silhouette a stark contrast against the gloom. Captain Hayes pleads, desperation etched on his face as he tries to justify his actions. "I was doing what was necessary," he insists, his voice echoing in the cavernous space. Dim light reveals dust motes dancing in the vast, grimy warehouse. Alara raises her wand, its tip glowing with an ethereal light. Cutting through the darkness, images begin to cascade onto the wall, vivid and damning. Captain Hayes' illicit activities are exposed, one shocking scene after another. Officers gasp, disbelief turning to disgust as the truth unfolds before their eyes. Alara's voice rings out, clear and resolute. "You betrayed your badge." Dawn breaks over the city, casting long shadows as justice stirs in the awakening streets. Alara watches, her face set with grim resolve as corrupt officials face their reckoning. Captain Hayes, stripped of authority, is led away in handcuffs, a symbol of the city's painful rebirth. A palpable sense of justice washes over the scene, promising a new dawn for the city. Sunlight fills Alara's apartment, illuminating the quiet scene. She sits in her worn armchair, lost in thought. Before her, a wand rests on the table, a silent witness to her journey as a detective. A contemplative expression washes over Alara's face as she reflects on recent mysteries. True detective work isn't just about magic, she muses, her voice soft but firm. It's about integrity. Alara re-enters the antique shop, her footsteps echoing softly on the wooden floor. She approaches the shelf, lined with mysterious artifacts, her expression thoughtful. Gently, Alara returns the wand to its place among the relics. "It's time for someone else to hear its whispers," she says, a faint smile gracing her lips. Alara strides down a bustling city street, her steps purposeful and her gaze fixed on the horizon. A newfound confidence radiates from her, a subtle shift in her posture, and the determined set of her jaw. The wand remains tucked away, an emblem of past reliance now replaced by an inner trust. A spark ignites in her eyes as she declares, "Now, let's find a real case," her voice ringing with conviction.